Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to ABC News. Up until today, close to 760 million people still lack access to electricity. And how we produce and use energy is the main cause of the climate change that is becoming the biggest crisis around the world. Emissions from energy account for about 75% of total greenhouse gas emissions. So we have a double essentials to end energy poverty and to limit climate change. And we have an answer that will fulfill both essentials: affordable, renewable, and sustainable energy for all. Some regions in Asia, America, and Europe have supported energy sustainability and gained their strength to reduce climate change. Like in Indonesia, which supports the power plants to develop the energy sources. South Korea came up with the idea of maximizing the electric vehicles provided. Move to Denmark, the energy sustainability is overcome in some aspects in its society life, especially using the wind. And Canada, as the world leader, brought renewable resources to produce the energy. With me, Erli Sofiani, here is the news in detail. Indonesia joined as a country that supports energy sustainability through various power plants and estimated to achieve the net zero emission in 2060. More information will be delivered by Nawaf.
Indonesia is one of the countries in the world that uses a lot of electrical energy as an energy source. Even Indonesia is in the 13th position in the world throughout 2022. Based on data from the Global Electricity Review 2023 report by Amber Climate, Indonesia spent around 2.5% of the world's total electricity consumption in 2022, consuming 281.53 terawatts per hour of electricity. Currently, Indonesia's energy mix is still dominated by fossil fuel power plants, with a contribution reaching 61.7% in 2022. Meanwhile, the portion of renewable energy power plants, or EBP, is still relatively small, around 13.5%. The Indonesia government has committed to increasing the portion of EBP in the national energy mix to 23% in 2025 and 31% in 2050. This is done to reduce dependence on fossil energy and achieve the net zero emission target by 2060.
Move to South Korea, the government gives the investment to make the significant factors in order to reduce the climate change. South Korea brings the terms of accessibility, convenience, and economic benefits as it prioritizes making positive changes into the world. Boni will share with us about the sustainability of energy there.
It's no secret that the world is facing a climate crisis, and South Korea is actively taking steps to combat it. One of the key strategies to reduce carbon emission is the adoption of electric vehicles. South Korea's commitment to electric vehicles goes beyond manufacturing and promoting their use. The nation has been making substantial investment in building a robust charging infrastructure, which is crucial for making EVs more accessible and convenient for the public. This infrastructure investment is a significant step toward reducing our carbon footprint. Let's take a closer look at how it works. The first is accessibility. South Korea has been strategically placing charging stations in urban areas, along highways, and in public parking facilities. Second is convenient. Charging your EVs is becoming as simple as charging your smartphone. Fast charging stations are increasingly available. Plus, with mobile apps and online tools, you can easily locate the nearest charging station, check its availability, and even pay for the electricity. The third is economic benefit. It creates jobs, fosters innovation in the clean energy sector, and support local businesses that install and maintain the charging station. By investing in charging infrastructure, South Korea is not only making electric vehicles an attractive choice for its citizens, but also contributing significantly to the global effort to reduce carbon emission and combat climate crisis. Their commitment to renewable energy sources like wind and solar power is a game changer. This transition to clean energy is a giant leap toward reducing greenhouse and gas emission and fighting climate change with reduced air pollution. Cleaner air is better for our health and the health of our planet. Thank you.
Well, viewers, we still have more detail of the countries which support the energy sustainability. We'll be back after these messages, so don't go anywhere.
Today, we are faced with numerous difficult challenges: misinformation, hunger, increasing poverty, climate change injustice, attacks on people, offline and online. Are our rights fading? Where do human rights live? They live in each of us. We have the chance to know, claim, and defend our rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights still speaks to us all. Its 30 articles transcend values, cultures, and borders, declaring that we are all human and all equal in dignity and in rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights unites us. To counter the current attacks on human rights, we need stronger and broader alliances involving all of us: governments, human rights defenders, the media, everyone. This year, as we celebrate 75 years of the Declaration standing up for our rights, it's your turn. Find the rights that resonate with you, claim them, stand up for them. In dignity, freedom, and justice for all, stand up for human rights.
Welcome back to ABC News. In Denmark, there are essential movements to give their contributions towards sustainable energy. Denmark dominated and focused the use of natural resources like wind to make remarkable efforts to combat climate change and gas emissions. We have Nawaf at the top of our story.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we have some fascinating updates on Denmark's remarkable efforts towards energy sustainability. First up, let's talk about electric cars. Denmark has been making great strides in promoting the use of electric vehicles, or EVs, to reduce carbon emissions. The government has implemented various incentives such as tax exemptions and charging infrastructure development to encourage the adoption of EVs. As a result, the number of electric cars on Danish roads has been steadily increasing, contributing to a greener transportation system. Now, let's shift our focus to wind energy. Denmark has been renowned for its commitment to wind power. The country has been investing heavily in wind farms, both onshores and offshores, harnessing the power of the wind to generate clean and renewable electricity. These windmills not only provide sustainable energy, but also contribute to Denmark's goal of becoming carbon neutral by 2050. With these initiatives, Denmark is setting an inspiring example for the world in the transition towards a more sustainable future. The country's dedication to electric cars and wind energy showcases its commitment to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and combating climate change.
Move to Canada supported the friendly energy sources such as biofuels and hydrogen, Canada being the world leader in production and the use of energy, especially from renewable resources. We have Zuliatin to share the story.
Canada is world leader in the production and use of energy from renewable resources. Renewable energy sources currently provide about 18.9% of Canada's total primary energy supply. Then, Canada is beginning to shift to environmentally friendly energy sources such as solar, wind, hydrogeothermal, and green fuels such as biofuel and hydrogen, as well as adopting cost-effective standards for technology to reduce electricity consumption. The government takes several actions to achieve the goals of energy sustainability. The first one is clean electricity and electrification. The government of Canada continues to support indigenous, rural, and remote communities' transition of diesel to clean energy. The Canada Infrastructure Bank Growth Plan involves investment of $2.5 billion to support renewable energy generation, storage, and transmission. In 2018, the government regulated the phase-out of conventional coal-fired electricity by 2030. This will help Canada to achieve the goals of net zero electricity grid by 2035. Moreover, Canada established the Clean Fuels Regulation, which seeks to minimize emission and accelerate the use of clean fuels by gradually lowering the carbon intensity of fuels life cycle. The government has also established a $1.5 billion Clean Fuels Fund to assist the production of clean fuels in Canada, including advanced biofuel and hydrogen projects. Canada is making considerable strides toward a more sustainable energy system, which emphasizes on renewable electricity, electrification, and clean fuels. These initiatives are creating employment, lowering emissions, and laying the groundwork for a cleaner, healthier future for all Canadians. While this is complicated and difficult, it is crucial for Canada to solve the climate problem and establish a more sustainable future.
Well, viewers, those were the top stories for this hour. Humanity's better change begins with your efforts to bring sustainable energy for the sake of this world. Thank you for watching. You can contact us through these numbers flashed on your screen. Share your feedback and make us aware of the hot news you have. Good evening and have a great day.